What up, what up, what up, everybody? What up, what up? It's your boy Mosa from the Homies Hub. We are back, driving back from work, okay? First video had a lot of you guys trying to guess where I'm working at, or a lot of you guys are like, yo, you look like a security guard with the big suit on. The suit don't fit. Whose suit did you borrow? I found all the comments funny as hell. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video. I'm glad everybody got a sense of humor, man. Honestly, man, I just haven't been in the States for so long. I haven't had a reason to wear a suit. So I grabbed one of my old ones. I think it fits actually pretty well, though. It might have just looked big on video, but it's not that big. But I do want to get it tailored. I feel like being back in the Matrix, you got to have a certain type of look. You got to have a certain kind of aesthetic, right? But for those of you guys that just wonder what I do, so long story short, I'm in the management and consulting business for multiple different types of industries. Some of you guys probably don't know or should know, but even when I was abroad, I was basically educating business owners on how to basically grow their business, how to run their business, how to use AI and implement it into their business. And then when I wasn't doing that, when work might have been slow on that part, I was just educating, right? So helping college grads learn physics, just so that they could graduate. And with their master's program, I was teaching people that were, I don't really know the word for it per se, but I guess when you're trying to learn a particular software for your company or business, right, they just hire guys like me to come in and do training and stuff like that. So, and then you guys know I've been trying to get into government contracting. I have not been able to do that yet. I have not been successful at that yet, but when I do, I'll definitely share it with you guys. And ultimately, man, like the long-term goal is really just for me to be able to have excess money to be able to really build a life in several countries, right? So, that's a really expensive game. It's not easy to do. You got to be really focused. And I don't think I was getting that focus in Colombia. I feel like coming back to the Matrix, getting back to this for a bit, building different kinds of experience, trying to climb up the ladder a bit. I can instantly take those resources I get from here and it'll translate better for me because I've already had so much experience overseas. I already know what to expect. I know how to go back to Colombia. I know how to move in Colombia. I know how to invest and buy property. I know how to go to Thailand. I know I can't really own any property, but I can buy a condo. I know I can't really own a business out there. So it's like you have to ask yourself, do you want to invest? And because I've already been boots on the ground and I have spent significant amounts of time in Asia, significant amounts of time in Latin America, I know where I can invest and actually see my money grow. I've talked to business owners, I've connected with them. So when it comes to this international game, and that's really what I've been trying to give you guys, is the game of being international. You have to set your foundation where you need to be. So a lot of people feel like, oh man, you manage or do too much stuff, man. You got to focus on one. If you would focus on one. And I'm like, listen, man, we live in 2026. You don't need to focus on one thing. If you can automate it, if it can make money in your sleep, if you could do it one time and you go off of referrals and you could resell it a bunch of times, you need to be doing everything that you possibly can do to make as much money as possible, right? That's what you should be doing. You should be trying to make as much money as possible. YouTube is an income stream. It's not a reliable income stream, but it's an income stream nonetheless. How are you using that money? You guys think I'm going to stop doing YouTube because I'm working a 9 to 5? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, you think I'm going to, or you guys thought I wasn't going to go back to a 9 to 5 because we were YouTubers? I never condone that. I never said anything about doing any of that. What I do on this channel is always to inspire you guys to get to the money. It's always to inspire you guys to improve your lifestyle, right? Improve your dating life. I don't have to be back in America, and I'm telling you, I feel it now when I'm with women. I've been able to, connect with women since I've been back, and I feel it now. Like, I don't feel that desperation and that thirst to impress any woman, because at the end of the day, my mentality is abundant. I know that I am worthy, I am able, and I am valuable enough to attract a woman all over the world, and I've been doing it for the past 2 years. So now when I'm talking to women, I talk to the women that actually like women that actually want me, women that actually are not going to waste my time, women that I can actually build something with. And that's because my mindset is abundant. I'm not on here selling you guys a course. In fact, I'm giving you guys a free app for you guys to download called the Homies app, right? You guys can stay in tune with other guys like me that's, got what they cut out the matrix, and now they're traveling the world and they're moving around and they're moving and grooving, and they're sharing all of their experiences in the Homies app. So you guys should download the Homies app. Do not sleep on it. I've added a lot of dope features on there. You know what I mean? So make sure that you guys download it, man. It's free. It's free. Tap in with people, build your community, right? If if you're at the point where you want to retire, or if you got the IT job and you want to move overseas and you want to do what you got to do, you're gonna want to build a community. And all I've been doing is connecting the community together, right? Because I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to meet each other, right? Have that comfort, have that camaraderie that I had the privilege of having while I was living overseas, and being able to grow and figuring out how to make money. And that's really the biggest thing when you go overseas. Some of you guys think you're leaving the rat race. Sure, you are leaving the rat race when you go overseas, right? You're definitely leaving the rat race. You don't have to participate in it. But if you want to stay out the rat race, oh brother, you're gonna have to adopt something called learning how to make money. Okay? You gotta learn how to make money. And for me, it wasn't that I try to make YouTube a main income stream. I've never condoned that. But I just felt like, man, I'm not really making enough. And I feel like what I'm missing that ability to build a strong network, where if I was to take off and go to Japan for 7 or 8 months, I know I have money coming in. I got contracts coming in. I have relationships coming in to grow my company and grow my business. So that's why I come on here to give you that game. I stress money. Now, what's more important than money? I'm going to tell you what's more important than money in my personal opinion, right? What's more important than money is your ability to learn fast, introspect on yourself, introspect on your environment when you're in a new country. In my last video, I talked to you guys about people's vices. People have strong vices when they come overseas because they've never had this much freedom before, right? They've never had the freedom that I tell you guys, they've never had the freedom to just freely destroy themselves. And that's what you're gonna have when you want to go overseas. Sorry, my camera's messing up. You have that freedom to absolutely just wreck yourself, bro. So you got to be disciplined, okay? You got to be disciplined with how often you go to the club, how often you meet up with chicas, how often you're going to drink, how often you're indulging in some of the fun activities that we like to do as single men, or men that were married, or men that are divorced, or our kids are all grown up. You don't want a country to destroy you, right? Because there was more regulation in your home country and there's less of it when you go abroad, right? It's like a strong sugar addiction. As soon as you get overseas, it's like everything's amplified because you're in your favorite spot. You're not weighed down by the matrix. You feel like you don't have to be as responsible. And that's why when you guys are watching these like Colombian guys get scoped and get drugged, because usually the type of common sense they would have in their own home country, it goes out the window in a country where they should have even, they should be even more attentive. They should be even more careful, right? And they let their guard down and they get got, because you have to remember, as you're building a life to try to escape the matrix and be rich and have more resources, you're entering countries usually, I know some of you guys go to the richer countries like Japan and Australia, but a lot of you guys are going to third world countries because you want to be able to live like a king. And here's what you need to remember, right? Kings do not associate with peasants. Okay? Not to say people in third world countries are peasants, but you're dealing with people that are struggling to survive, right? Like you're dealing with people that are struggling to survive, and you have the resources to be there and f it off. Maybe in Thailand they won't drug and rob you blind, but they'll do it in Medellin. they'll do it in parts of Brazil, right? Like, so when I tell you guys, hey guys, I've been abroad for 2 years, I'm gonna come home and reset, it's almost like you guys are trying to paint it like it's a failure or a loss to me. And I'm like, man, I wanted to come home and reset since I was in Asia. Like, since I was in Asia, I said, yeah, I want to go home and reset. And I still had my tech contract. I still making good money. My bills were still low as hell. I had an apartment in Thailand for $250 a month. Okay, that's nothing. Okay, that's nothing. That's like a day of live streaming for me. Like $250 a month. Like, I was comfortable, and I still thought to myself, I said, if I'm gonna make strong power moves, right? Guys, I'm so sorry, my camera's bouncing all over the place right now. If I'm gonna make strong power moves, I have to put myself in a space where, like, I got power, I got resources. You know, seeing $8,000 in a month when it's not consistent is not enough. It's not. Do you have a network? Okay, you know something too? Compton Ave came down to Pattaya, right? I think someone inside of Pattaya helped him get popular inside of Pattaya. I've been on the tech side of the music business for years. I didn't feel confident enough to even really talk to him. I mean, I did introduce myself, but I didn't feel confident enough to even like talk to him about what I do in the music game, because who was going to vouch for me? I didn't put enough time into the music industry in America for me to then try to pitch it to somebody in Thailand. You see what I'm saying? And I thought about all that, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do. I'm still young, so for me, I want to do it all. I don't believe in, you know, what's that saying? You're what's that saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. I don't subscribe to that, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't. Because I might not be a master in something, but I'm fucking better than most people in what I do. Most of the things I do, I'm better than most. And I just feel like, man, if I would have actually dedicated some time to doing the things I want to do, rather than just doing things I feel like, okay, well, if I do this for a little bit, maybe it'll give me enough to do this and do this. And at the end of the day, all I've ever been trying to do is to make enough money so I could just be a creator, right? And, you know, I realized, like, bro, you can create. You just need to do it. And when I went overseas, I entered a realm where I could just freely create. But now when you want to maximize what you're able to create, when you want to maximize what you're able to do, well, now you need a system. You need to build. And that's where it says, all right, you know what? You're not going to be able to build that system in Colombia. You're not going to be able to build that system in Thailand or the Philippines, right? I got a little bit of leeway inside of Japan. I won't lie, though. But it's like, yo, bro, you might have to just come home and build that up again, because you took 2 years to build up your YouTube channel. You built up your ability to edit content. You've hella built up your AI stack. Nigga, you done launched a mobile app, right? Which people need to figure out. If you haven't realized that my mobile app is like is like my huge baby. Like, that's my baby. That's the, like, okay, like, he's been working on that for some years. Like, he's doing something different when it comes to this, like, entertainment shit. Like, he's doing something different, right? I just wasn't confident. But it's like me coming home and realizing what I have. I'm like, yo, bro, like, listen. Here's the benefit of you unplugging from the matrix, right? You can unplug anytime you want and just go back. And that's the benefit. I can unplug anytime I want and just go back. So I'm trying to tell you guys to treat shit like a fucking game, bro. And get everything you can get out of For real. It's your boy Mosa from the Homies Hub. You know what you gotta do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Share the video with your favorite friend. Go to the homies.app or go to the app store and download the Homies app. Make sure that you guys get acquainted, man. Support your boy on this journey. I appreciate y'all. Peace.